Konnichiwa. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Nihongo Master podcast. It's Azra, your host, and we're making this week's Study Saturday a Valentine's Day special episode. Yay! Usually we have the grammar point section, a few role-playing scenarios, and then just a quick wrap-up list of new vocabulary words we used. But just for today, we're changing it up a bit by discussing a few romantic Japanese phrases that you can potentially use for this upcoming romantic holiday. Whoop whoop! Nothing makes my heart skip a beat when my partner showers me with compliments and say romantic stuff to me. I bet some of us are the same too, am I right, ladies? Regardless of which stage in a relationship you're in, or even if you're not in a relationship at all but have someone you fancy, there's going to be a Japanese phrase that we're covering today that you can use. We have 3 sections: confessing, asking someone out, and dating. Oh, are you ready for it? Now, the first category is confession, or the professing of love. This is a big part of Japanese dating culture, known as kokuhaku. This word translates to love confession, and it's when someone confesses their love for another, and if they reciprocate those feelings, the two start a relationship together. Most of the time, men do the confessing, but on Valentine's Day, the tables turn. Women are the ones taking the opportunity to ask the hot guy out and give them chocolates. So don't be surprised if a lot of your friends' relationship anniversary is on February 14th. Now, the most common way to profess your feelings to someone is by saying, "Hey, I like you." In English, right? In Japanese, like is suki. So if you like a guy and want to confess, go up to him and say, "Suki desu." You probably have seen tons of this kind of scene in animes, mangas, and J-dramas, right? It's like that in real life too. Now, if you really like someone, more like love them, up your game to daisuki. It literally translates to big like if you look at the kanji, but it has more of a meaning of love. Either way, if you say suki or daisuki to someone, you're kind of wanting to be together with them. Now, one word for love is ai, and you can also profess your love with the phrase aishiteru. This is a very deep, serious kind of love and very specific to a romantic love. Sometimes it's said in the formal version of aishitemasu. However, if you want to do kokuhaku, it's more common to use suki and daisuki. Aishiteru can be very overwhelming and can make the other person feel uncomfortable. This profession of love is more accepted when you're already in a relationship and want to say, "Hey, I love you," to your partner. As a bonus, I'd cover the word koi too, which is also a word for love, but more in a descriptive manner. You'd hear it in songs and TV, but this word is more like describing the state of being in love, like koyo suru, or falling in love, which is koi ni ochiru. You don't use this word to profess your love to someone, as it sounds very unnatural. So, in a nutshell, confess with suki or daisuki. Straightforward and to the point. Fingers crossed you get a good response. Now, the next category of phrases can be used to ask someone out on a date. Both guys and ladies can make the first move to ask the other out, right? We're in the 21st century already. There are no gender rules. Now, asking someone out in Japanese dating culture can mean 2 things. Either a casual date or a boyfriend-girlfriend date. This is defined on the kokuhaku. If you've done the confession and it's accepted, you're boyfriend and girlfriend and it's a date during your relationship. If neither has confessed, it's just a casual date to hang out and get to know each other. Now, the first phrase is tsukiau, which means to go out with or to accompany someone. You can use this phrase to ask someone to go out with you or be your girlfriend/boyfriend. In the latter context, you say, "Suki desu, tsukiyatte kudasai." I like you, will you go out with me? You can also use this phrase to ask someone out on a casual date, like to a cafe or something. You use the phrase like this: "Cafe ni ikun da kedo, tsukiyatte kurenai?" This translates to, "I'm going to a cafe, would you like to come along with me?" Alternatively, you can use this phrase, "asobi ni ikou." This is a combination of the word asobu, to mean to play, and the volitional form of iku, which means to go. Together it has the meaning of, let's go and play. And play in this context means hanging out. So as a sentence, you can say it like, "Issho ni dokoka ni asobi ni ikou ka?" Do you want to go somewhere to hang out together? Using the phrase "demo do" as a question is also a pretty common way of asking someone out. This phrase translates to, how about? So you can ask someone out by saying, how about grabbing a coffee? コーヒーでもどう? Here's the bonus. Ask someone to be your Valentine for this Valentine's Day with this phrase. Valentine を一緒に過ごしてくれませんか? By the way, if you haven't checked out our official website yet, why not give it a browse? At Nihongo Master, we offer efficient Japanese lessons that are quick, easy, and fun for Japanese language learners of all levels, from beginners to advanced. Our smart tools will assist you in areas where you need a little bit of a push and congratulate you on the ones you've aced. With a community of over 50,000 Japanese students, you're not alone on your learning journey. Make new friends and improve together with our point system, collecting points as you go along. Ask away any questions you have on our group discussion pages. There's sure to be others as well as our Japanese instructors that are quick to answer. You can also take Nihongo Master with you on the go and learn Japanese as you trot the globe. Practical, right? Now, the third category is when you're already on the date. Some would argue that this is the most important stage yet, because this is where you have to impress them enough to go on another date with you. There are two phrases that we'll talk about here, and can be used to both initiate things you want to do together, as well as to make their hearts skip a beat. Kill two birds with one stone. We'll have a few examples, but the phrases are not limited to just them. You can definitely come up with your own. Now, the first one is adding shitai to actions. Say you want to hug her, but want to not so low-key see if it's okay to do so. Say, hug shitai, I want to hug you, and see how she reacts. If you're already in a relationship, you're probably okay. You can also use this to say, I treasure you, which is daiji ni shitai. You use this to tell your partner that you consider them as someone very important in your life. Cute, right? However, this phrase can also be used when things are going too fast and you want to slow it down a little to get to know each other better. Another phrase you can use in conjunction with other words is issho ni. This means together. So you can use this to say that you want to go somewhere together with them. Like, 映画館に一緒に行きたい. I want to go to the cinemas with you. Or if you simply say 一緒にいたい, it's also a sweet phrase, which means I want to spend time with you. You can use this phrase to show that you're interested in getting to know the other person more and that you want to be more than friends if you're not already. And in that case, you can follow up with a 一緒になろう, which translates to, hey, let's be together, to try to make that possible. And as mentioned before, we can come up with a few other ways to use shitai and 一緒に. And to conclude this sweet category, I'll leave you with this lovely word, mamoritai, which translates to, I want to treasure you. Did your heart skip a beat? I couldn't possibly go on with cheesy lines and confessions of love any longer, because then this episode would have been hours long. So I had to stop myself with just one or two examples for each phrase. What is your favorite romantic Japanese phrase? Tell us your thoughts by commenting on our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Also, head over to Nihongo Master blog if you're interested in reading up on topics like these some more. And if you're keen on picking up some more Japanese for yourself, pop onto our official website, nihongomaster.com, to learn more. While you're at it, why not get yourself a subscription? Get a head start in your Nihongo journey with Nihongo Master. Thank you so much for listening in. Join me next time, we'll be looking at the interesting part of the Japanese language. Mata ne!